Welcome, welcome, welcome to the last lesson in Module 4. Alright, so this lesson we're going to finish off and get our game ready so we can actually collect some items and start whipping some daggers around all over this level. But before we get there, we got to quickly take care of one last thing. We need to tell Unity when our player can collect an item. Currently, right now we have this perimeter all around this vase here, and when we walk into it, it's blinking. So our character is going to go, what the heck, and go right in front of this vase here. And then we need to tell Unity if he is in danger mode. This vase is all blinking up and he's standing here. Let's be able to collect an item so we can throw it around. So let's quickly set this up. Let's create an empty game object. We're going to use this as a perimeter around the vase here. Reset this. Move it all in here. Alright, I'm going to do my best to center quickly. We'll see what we get. Let's add a box collider 2D, trigger it up, and size it down. Actually, right around the handle, sure, why not? And Y-axis. Looking pretty good. Now let's move it up a little bit. Awesome. Alright, so there is our box collider for that vase. Awesome. That's all we need to do for our trigger setup in Unity here. Oh, actually, I gotta name it. So let's go to, let's say, dagger collect perimeter. I hope that's spelled right. That's the best I can think of it. And let's create a new script to apply to it. Let's go C#. Let's call this one dagger pickup zone. Alright, so dagger pickup zone. I like it. Let's open this script up and take care of some business here. So what do we need to have happen? We need it so when our game state is in danger mode, then we can pick up. And we also need to call it when we're in this triggers perimeter, then we can pick it up. And also, I'm going to say if our character's grounded, we can pick it up. If he's jumping all up in the air, I don't want him to be able to collect something when he's in mid-jump. He has to be grounded. And we also created that player state where he has dagger, that has to be false. If he has a dagger and that's true, then he cannot collect another one because he's just being too greedy. So let's figure this out here. So let's go game state. Let's create some variables here to call upon those scripts. Private game state. Hey, game state. All right, let's go private player state and player state. Cool. Private character movement script and character movement. I'm trying to do my fastest here. Okay, so let's call this and just say creating our scripts variables for access. And now let's convert this start into an awake. So it'll apply these variables right away. I'm going to say game state equals game object dot find. Let's go game state. All right, game state object dot get component. Name of the script, game state. Alright, so what we're going to do now, we're going to copy and paste this. 2 more times, just change a couple names here. We are done. That's the boringest part of this lesson, I promise you. Let's go assigning. It only gets cooler from here. Our script variables. Cool. Alright, that's all well and good. WrapTuck character has player state and character movement. To double check, because I need to double check, character movement and player state. Perfect. That's all I needed to see. I know we're good. We're moving forward on some solid ground here. So what do we want to do? We want to say when we're in that trigger. So let's create that trigger. On trigger stay. And why are we using the on trigger stay? Of course. Oh, sorry. 2D. Can't forget that. We want to use the on trigger stay so when, as long as he's in this perimeter, he doesn't have to enter it and only trigger this off once. I want it to be constantly updating as long as he's in there. Because if he's in this perimeter, he picks up a dagger he whips it across the level, and now he doesn't have a dagger again. I don't want him to have to exit and re-enter to reanalyze the player's condition to see if he can pick up another dagger. He needs to be able to stay in that spot, pick up another and throw it, because that's what half the players are probably going to end up doing. So let's make that happen for him. So let's go collider 2D, other, finishing that off. And let's create our if statement within our onTrigger function. So let's go if, and what I'm going to do here is say if our player other.gameObject.tag is equal to player, then that's detecting if our player walks into this, right? So that's cool. So now what else do we need to do? We need to say and our game state, perfect, okay. So IntelliSense is not cooperating. It's going to give me a capital. I don't want that. Dot danger mode is true. And also I'm going to remove this capital before I move on. And our game state, again, remember we're just calling upon this variable which is accessing that script, right? Dot danger mode, okay. And our player properties, dot has dagger, sorry, player state, the property that we created within that has dagger we want to affect. So variable has dagger is untrue. So to make this untrue, it's false. If he does not have a dagger, just add a good old exclamation point there. Player state has dagger, does not have dagger, and there we have it. Okay, so we have our function. If our player walks into this collider, if our game state is in danger mode, and if he does not have a dagger, then let's perform some action here. So let's create our housing for this. And what do we want to do? We want to just set simply our player state dot has dagger equals true. Done deal. Look at that. All right, so now let's quickly copy this. onTrigger exit 2D. Okay, and now I just want to say if he exits it, danger mode, player state, does not have dagger, it doesn't have to have that condition for this one. I basically just want it if he exits it. If the player exits this, doesn't rely on anything else, set this to false. All right. So we have this all ready to rock. Now the only thing that you may be wondering right now is why did we not use the grounded? I talked about the grounded. I'm going to set that in the update function on its own. So it's constantly updating. As soon as we jump, no matter what, it's going to be false. Because on here, it's kind of updating based on our trigger. It's not going to be as responsive if we put it down here. So let's just make that happen up here. Let's go if character movement. If character movement dot grounded is false, what are we going to do? Exclamation mark is false. Then we're going to say player state dot can collect dagger equals false. Alrighty, we are doing great. So let's do some quick commenting here. So let's say when we are in front of the vase, we can collect dagger. Let's go down here. We cannot collect dagger when we are not in front of the vase. And this one here, when we are jumping, we cannot collect dagger. Okay, just a quick little bug fix. Alrighty, or just like another barrier to making that functionality work well. So let's test this out now. Hopefully we've done everything correctly. I'm gonna save my game. I saved my script already. Let's see what happens. I want to be watching very critically this can collect dagger checkbox here, Boolean variable. So when I walk in front of it, I'm in the perimeter, but I got nothing because we are not in danger mode. Let's set danger mode off. Now we can see our vase is blinking. Let's go in front of it. Has dagger is true. I have triggered the wrong variable, but we see it's working. So let's quickly, it's why you gotta be very cautious. Has dagger? No. Can collect dagger. My bad. Can collect dagger. It's all about logic, folks. Okay. Can collect, no, not key. Dagger. All right. Let's try this again. So I'm gonna go over, got nothing. Can collect dagger, no. Let's go like so. Can collect. As soon as I exit, I cannot collect. Can collect. There you go. It's working. So now I'm in here. I'll jump up. Cannot. I'll land. I can. Perfect. Everything's working just as it should. That's great. So now, can't, can. Perfect. All right. Just very happy about that. That's all. And then, so right now we are at an awesome point. So let's carry on with that. And I see outside the window, it's pretty sunny out. So I'm gonna go run out there now. And you guys should enjoy some sunshine when you can too. It's quite wonderful. So let's carry on now. Thanks for watching and sticking with me throughout this course so far. And let's get on to another exciting adventure through Module 5. I'll see you there.